Hello, my people, and welcome to a brand new episode of Women Corner on Oweleke TV. Today, we'll look into a trending post by Ricardo Kaka, ex-wife, on the bizarre reason why they divorced. I am Saadatu Mohammed, and I'm your host. And of course, I'm not alone in the house. I have my two lovely guests in the house, Pamela and Antonia. I love that. Antonia. You guys are welcome.
Thank
welcome
you
on
so
board.
much. I love the way you called my name.
Antonia.
You are pronouncing it syllable by syllable.
Oh my God.
TH.
Yes,
Yeah.
I told Pamela that I'm going to shock her today. Pamela, you will not compliment me, right?
You look good.
Don't.
Your makeup
Is it coming from your
beautiful.
heart?
No,
I take
I'm
that
a very
from
good
you.
person. So
Oh.
You think it's coming from what part of
I
her
don't
kidney?
know.
Do you think it's coming from her kidney?
Maybe the liver, because I thought I'm going to shock her
Yeah, you
today.
look good. You look
Thank
Your
good.
you,
makeup is
thank
really
you.
nice.
I'm blushing. Let's take a short break. When we come back, we'll talk more.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleke TV. Visit our website at www.oweleke.tv for a thrilling journey. Oweleke TV, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back. So today we are going to be talking about preference in relationship, and we're going to be drawing our analysis from the trending post and some data I collected yesterday. So yesterday, while I was in Central area, I took out time to interview few ladies, and I told them it's anonymous. So while we're there, we're talking. I asked some ladies or some women what do you really want what kind of man do you want? And some say they like perfect man, and some the response was just too disappointing. So the one that caught my attention yesterday was of a lady that says she knows her husband is cheating and she doesn't care. She said, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Let him cheat if he wants to cheat. Mine is that even next week I'm traveling to Dubai to go and have fun, to go for vacation. So anything he wants to do, let him be doing. Now I want to ask, what do women really want? Like, this is women's corner. We want to know, what is this thing about us? Why is it that some lady don't even appreciate perfect men or good men?
Okay, to start with, there's no perfect man out there.
There are perfect men.
No,
I don't
I
agree.
don't
Yes,
think there's
there
a perfect
are.
man.
Maybe you've not met a perfect
No,
man.
there are
There is
no
nothing
nobody.
like
To your
nobody has-
description,
yeah.
to my
No.
description, there's
Okay.
perfect man.
Okay, what?
Not that he's perfect 100%, but there's some percentage you do something, your characters are, your behavioral
is
as
this
that I
word
can
perfect that's
use
even-
perfect
That
for
causes
you.
the
That is
problem.
causing the
Yeah,
problem
that
for
How?
society.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
How?
once you say perfect, people are now looking up to perfection.
Yes.
We humans,
Without
by
blemish.
default,
we
we are
have
not
imperfections.
perfect. Yes,
Okay.
by default, we are not perfect. From this your Kaka story you brought, and I will ask, if you check the story very well, you saw the woman saying Kaka was this to me, Kaka was
Yes.
that to me, and you asked, did this woman ever love Kaka?
Wow.
That's
the-
with-
yes.
Okay.
Because I know love is not enough in a relationship
Okay.
or in a marriage.
There are other
But
things that
love
come
is
with
the
it.
foundation. Yes. Did this woman ever love this Kaka guy? That's where the first question we have to ask her before we now go deep into.
Or maybe
other
she loved him,
things
but
in
something
the-
happened along the line.
I
Because
don't
this
think-
is the
in
this is a
this-
marriage of
in
10
this-
years,
in this
and they have
scenario-
2 children.
In this scenario,
Okay.
she said Kaka was too perfect
Yes.
for
for
her.
her.
So now, perfect means we want to draw from what we think a perfect relationship should be, even though we know that no relationship is
Perfect.
without its challenges. So let's say he offends her and he apologizes promptly, and he also promises to change and also makes that change.
Or he doesn't even offend her. We have
There's
men
no
like
way.
that. That was why I
There's no
said
way.
there are
There's no
perfect
way.
men.
There's
There
no
are
way.
men that
There's
really,
no way.
really,
There's no way.
maybe
It's
you've
by
not
default,
come
oh.
no, maybe you've not come across such men. I have
No.
once dated somebody. I swear to God, he tried as
No, you don't-
much
For
as
don't have
possible.
for how long? For how long did you date him?
We just did it for let's say 2 to 3 years.
Just 2 to 3 years. And we are talking
Wait,
about 10 years
Well,
in marriage.
hold on. Let me land.
Okay.
He tried as much as possible. The reason why I'm like, okay, what do we really want? He tries as much as possible to avoid problem dramas.
Okay.
You
know,
understand?
that's in
Perhaps,
itself.
let me draw a line. Perhaps Kaka is this kind of man. I don't know, but I'm just giving an assumption. Perhaps is this kind of man that he tries as much as possible to avoid dramas. And we have women, ladies that love dramas. We know that about us very well. We love drama. If there is peace, we want to break bottles, shake body. You understand? That's what I'm saying.
I
There
don't
are
like
men
bottles
that to
breaking.
some extent are perfect, not that totally perfect. That's what I'm trying
So
to
you
focus.
see where we started this
Okay.
program from, when we talked about that word perfect
Perfect,
being
okay.
the cause of
describe.
many of these problems.
Okay.
Now, for instance, to Kaka's wife, he was being too perfect for her.
Oh.
Now, drawing from what you said, is looking for ways to avoid conflict.
Please.
You cannot totally avoid conflict in
no
a
way.
marriage.
Yes.
So she is saying, maybe in her mind, I've done something wrong. This is something we're supposed to maybe have a very serious conversation about, or that would lead to us having a misunderstanding, and we make up, and then it seems like everything is good. You take it lightly. Like, I do something, I offend you. What would ordinarily make anybody run mad, you are taking it in calmly. She may have had this
Is
thought
there
that
anything wrong in taking things calmly?
no,
No, people are
listen,
different.
let me
Okay.
land
People
on my
are
thoughts,
different.
Sadatu.
Okay.
Let me land on my thoughts.
Okay.
So now she may perceive that Kaka is pretending.
Okay.
Do you understand? Because when, for instance, you've been with somebody, you've done something over, and you can tell from, you feel, oh, it may be that he's not being real to me. Do you understand?
No.
So that's where, let's play that scenario for her, that
Okay.
maybe that's what she's looking at. But in actual sense, is there any man that is too perfect, and would too perfect be the basis
No, don't use
of
the
you?
word too perfect. Perfect to some
Yeah,
extent.
perfect to some
You said there's-
extent.
Okay.
Yeah,
You like the
perfect
word
to
perfect
yeah.
so
You
much.
like
I
the word,
like
so
it.
that's the reason why I'm bringing it over
Perfect
and
to
over
some
again.
extent.
Bringing it
Okay.
over and over again.
Okay.
Yeah, you say he's perfect, so that's the reason I'm letting go. So could she be that she wanted more drama? Could she be that she wanted that instability? Because to some ladies, they want a man that is stable. You want a man that will give you peace of mind. Life is already full of ups.
Peace of mind.
Yeah.
Let me cut you
Okay.
short. She said, according to the post, he
That-
never did anything wrong.
That's why I'm
Okay,
saying
okay,
some
let me-
ladies.
She
I
said
said
that,
some
let
ladies.
me
Yeah,
come
okay,
from
some
this
ladies.
angle.
Okay.
There are people who came out from a family full of drama,
Okay.
chaotic family.
Chaotic,
So,
yeah.
yes. So once they go to a place where it is calm, they see it as this
Something
person
is not normal.
vibing
Oh,
with
that person
me.
is pretending.
Not like pretending.
Okay.
It's like she doesn't get her satisfaction because where she's coming from has already done on her. Like, it has taken a lot of effect on her. So she has to unlearn. Because she's going to a new environment. She has to unlearn what she has learned from her, maybe from her family or from her background, wherever she's coming from. Now she's coming to make another family with another person, coming from another place.
Different
They have to meet
personalities.
at a point. That is what we call compatibility.
And you know,
Yes.
that is why it is very important for ladies, when you get into a relationship or marriage, you heal before you start a
Very
fresh one.
important.
Because if you don't heal, you will carry the baggages
From
from
the
you
other
know,
relationship
from
to
your
the
childhood
new one.
traumas,
Yes.
a dysfunctional family, the past relationships,
And all
things
what's
that
not.
society
Society.
stereotypes, things that your friends, your peers would have told you, pressure that, you know, ladies undergo so much pressure.
Yes.
And
This-
that
okay.
would also affect the relationship you have with your partner.
Yes.
And it goes a long way to causing, you now start creating unnecessary standards. You start measuring your marriage or your relationship with what another person is projecting, and that may not even be the case. So you have a lot of ideologies inside of your head, and one is seeking to take dominance. You understand? So I think all of these things may be what played out in Kaka's wife's case, and that's the reason why she said, "He's too perfect for me, and I can't do it."
Maybe
I
she's
can't do
even, some people might even have inferiority complex.
Absolutely.
And they feel they are not giving enough in this marriage. It's like this man, we no measure together. And they'll be like, okay, let me not.
You know, those
I'm not,
those
matching
self-esteem issues, yeah.
Yes.
You know, those self-esteem issues, they are things that start from when the lady is growing up.
Okay,
As
there's
a
something
girl.
I want to say. When you're pouring out your thought,
Okay.
you said something
I
about
like you said
when
pouring
you're
out like
pouring
it
out
was in
your
a bucket.
thoughts. Sorry, sorry.
No, continue.
So when you're
listening.
pouring out your thought,
Yeah.
you said something about we're going to have an open mind conversation now.
Sure,
We'll get
sure,
back
that's
to
what we are
you said
having.
something about childhood trauma. Does childhood trauma actually affect somebody's marriage? Because there's this recent update we've been having for like a month now. I don't know if you know Khalid. He's one of the, let's say, highest paid and popular content creator in Dubai. They had issues with his wife and they divorced. And when she granted an interview, she said something like her childhood trauma is affecting her. So I want to know, does it really, really affect people in marriage?
Yeah, childhood traumas affect if you don't heal.
Or even in, let's say we are not married, we are all single, in
Absolutely.
relationship, does it actually affect?
Very
childhood
well.
traumas are
Okay.
real
Okay.
and they affect. if you don't heal properly, if you don't seek professional help, if you don't have the right support system, you don't have friends that are good, that support you. Childhood trauma, in fact, it's something that affects you for a lifetime if you don't. So now childhood trauma here comes from things that happened during your childhood. Say for instance, you grew up in the girl grew up in a broken home, or you were raped, or there were other circumstances that happened that made your childhood shaky. A stable family, you did not have that stable family where love and care, the father and mother pours love and care into the child, trains up the child in a way that you add value to society. All of these events, see, when a child is born, the brain is blank. And these experiences shape the ideologies. If you grow up in an area where criminality is the norm, is the order of the day, that child will think that all of those things are what is obtainable in every other part of the world. And when you're trying to tell that child, oh, you have to be good, you have to be responsible, don't steal, don't fight, don't do this, the child feels like you're saying something out of the ordinary. Do you understand? So all of these things, when somebody that was raped, let's start from there. Someone that was raped during when a lady was growing up. First of all, that rape would make that person hate men. Some of them have disgust for men. If maybe the girl grew up in a family where the father was always beating the mother, that lady will always see men as antagonistic, will always see men as monsters. So when you get into a relationship and maybe your husband, for instance, is not beating you, feel like something is missing. And you know, some marriages where the men beat their wives, they come back with gifts to say, oh baby, I'm sorry, I don't know what came over me. They blame it on the devil, blame it on alcohol, or blame it on their bosses that they had a bad day at work. When a lady grows up in that kind of situation and you do not take time to heal properly, you don't seek professional help, you enter into a relationship and then you'll be seeing your father in that man. So, and you see some ladies, when they may get married to a good man, but you say, this lady is just acting in ways that her behavior is not normal.
Okay, should we align that with Kaka's wife? Let's say maybe there must be something that is...
I stated it earlier that maybe she's from where she's coming from.
It's filled with drama.
Yes, it's filled with drama. Now she coming out to meet someone who is calm and all whatnot. It's now like strange to her. So she feels this is not my match.
And if you don't heal properly, when you get into such relationship, you'll be responding to, now you're seeing your husband. You will not be responding to what your husband is saying. You'll be responding to what you have experienced.
Exactly.
Do you understand? Because things that happened to you when you were 5, okay, let's say from 10 above, you remember them.
Or even 7.
Even 7. People that offended you, you remember them. And something as sensitive as rape, something as sensitive as growing up in a family that is dysfunctional, where domestic violence was the order of the day, you would not forget in a hurry.
And
you will not forget in a hurry.
Self-discovery is very paramount in this case, because some people just grew up like they're so
just living their life.
Exactly. They don't know the next stone. They don't even think. Me now, if something happens like repeatedly for 3 times, I have to check what's happening.
What's
in my
causing
life.
this pattern?
Yes,
that's where you reflect.
Yes, I reflect every day. Before I go back,
people don't do that.
Once I go, I'm just saying.
I think there's a quote to it, that an unexamined life is not worth living. So every day, I think it's something everybody should do. Examine your life. How did I do? How did I perform today? Did I carry out my tasks well? Was I angry? Did I smile? Was I kind to people? Those are things that
actually even helped me. That's why I hardly have issues with people. Because once I go back, I analyze myself. How did I do today? How did I work today? So if I feel maybe in the process of my argument with someone else, maybe I was wrong, it is that process I get to discover. And the next day I go to make amends. So anytime I see people keeping grudges, keeping malice, I get to say, what's up? So this self-discovery is really important. If you don't discover yourself, even when things are going wrong, you will not know.
No, exactly.
So we have to discover, like you have to be conscious of how you are living. Okay. If we are moving from your single life to your relationship, like or marriage life. Okay. It's not something you just walk into a room.
You use all the wisdom.
It's a process, something you have to do with all wisdom, all wisdom attached, just to get it right. I know there are so many negativity about marriage out there. Me, I'm an advocate for a
Yeah,
healthy
she said
marriage.
that. She
Yeah,
said
love is
that.
a
I'm a
beautiful
very
thing.
Okay,
I'm an advocate
let
for
me
a
ask a
healthy
quick
marriage.
question
Love
before
is very
before we
beautiful.
Okay.
sorry, let me ask this quick question before we wrap it. What kind of a man do you want as a lady from your own standpoint? What kind
So
of
you
man?
want me to be
Or
telling
if
the
or
world
okay,
my kind
or
of man
if you
so that they
have
can
if
pretend?
no, okay, you are indefinitely you are not single. You are not.
Okay.
You might be single. Let's say we are single. Someone said we are all single.
We are
So
all
we are
single.
That
married.
lady
Yes,
has said,
yes,
I
we are
do.
all
So let's
single.
say you're single 50%, 50% you're not.
What's the have? Why you?
It's because
Why do you have
there's
one
someone.
leg in it?
Yeah, it's because
There's someone in the picture.
Yes.
Okay.
So now let's say, is your current man the kind of man you've ever anticipated while
Pamela
growing?
is smiling.
Yeah,
Because I
Pamela.
wouldn't go with a stupid person in the first place.
Oh my
It's
God,
a
that
question.
hurts.
It's a question. Pamela, you want me to hit you harder? Okay, it's a
No,
question. It's an
it's
open,
because
just like I said, open.
wouldn't,
It's a quick one.
actually be with someone that doesn't align with my purpose in the first
Okay,
place.
but there
Why?
are people
Yes,
that
that's
do
why I want to
that.
say the reason, because I've known myself from day one. I've always known what I wanted. So once I see it, I don't even used to relax and wait. Once I see what I
You
want,
go for it.
I don't relax. I go for it. You know, I won't go for it directly, but there's a way I have to play my thing and end myself. There.
She need an
That's just
applause
it.
for that.
Please,
Okay,
our
what
listeners
kind-
should let
how
us
about
know.
you? What kind of man do you want? And is that kind of man that you ever crave for? Is that person in your life or not?
Yeah.
Or you're still
Still
God, am I the only one left behind?
Oh,
Am I
yeah,
the only one left behind?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
still was.
Okay, let me rephrase my question. God, these ladies want to leave. I don't want Pamela
No.
to leave me behind.
No,
I want
no,
to be
I'm
alone
not
with
leaving
Pamela.
you
No,
leave
it's
me
not
be-
a. It's
You
not
must
a
own
race.
me.
It's
Oh.
not in a
Stated now
race.
that all of us we are single till
Till
we
we're
get
You're
married.
married.
So we're all
Okay.
single, yeah.
So, tell us what kind of man
What
do
kind
you
of man?
ever crave for?
You're making it sound, when you say crave,
Yes,
it's sounding
now
like
crave for
someone who's
something.
craving pizza
Maybe
or
that's
how
jollof
he's
that kind
fries.
of-
No.
Okay.
Is that definitely, I would want a man that aligns with my purpose, like Pamela said. Purpose, someone that is disciplined. Do you understand? Basically,
I
that's
forgot there's one. Someone
And
that
someone
has
that is-
conscience.
yes, that is
Mr.
God-fearing.
Free said that we should go for a responsible
a
man.
responsible man that is God
responsible.
fearing. Please,
Exactly.
you must know God.
All right, thank you guys very much for coming here. This is what we'll call it a day for today. You've heard from my guest. Please try as much as possible to help yourself with self-reflection every day, because with self-reflection or self-discovery, just like Pamela said, it helps you to keep a lot in check. Until we come your way, same time, same place next week. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at Oweleke TV. Thank you for watching. I am Saadat Mohammed. Bye-bye.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleke TV. Visit our website at www.oweleke.tv for a thrilling journey. Oweleke TV, rising star at the fairground.